The screen flickered with chaos, my fingers flying across the controller as I dodged virtual bullets in the heart-pounding climax of the raid. Sweat beaded on my forehead, the room alive with the roar of explosions and my own ragged breaths, until the door creaked open, shattering my focus. In walked Jordan, my sister's best friend, her presence like a storm breaking the silence, and without a word, she dropped onto the bed beside me, her knee brushing mine, igniting a spark I never knew was waiting. I froze mid-game, my character getting obliterated on screen as I stole a glance at her. Jordan Hayes, 22, with those piercing green eyes and a laugh that could light up the darkest Seattle night, had always been around our house since Emily brought her home from college 2 years ago. But tonight, something felt different. Her usual easygoing vibe carried an undercurrent of intensity, like she was carrying the weight of the world and had chosen my cluttered bedroom as her refuge. "Why aren't you out with Emily?" I muttered, pausing the game, my heart still racing from the virtual adrenaline. At 20, I was the introverted gamer type, more comfortable in pixelated worlds than the real one, especially after coming out to my family last year amid awkward silences and forced smiles. Jordan just shrugged, her shoulder-length hair falling over one eye. "She's on a date. Figured I'd crash here instead of staring at my apartment walls. What are you playing?" Looks intense. We talked for hours that night, the controller forgotten between us. She shared stories of her chaotic life, growing up in a strict Midwest family that moved to the Pacific Northwest for her dad's job, only to fracture when her parents divorced. I opened up about my own struggles, the isolation of being the only queer kid in our suburban neighborhood, how gaming was my escape from the judgmental stares at community college. There was a vulnerability in her voice, a rawness that mirrored my own hidden fears, and as the clock ticked past midnight, I realized this wasn't just small talk. It was connection. The next morning, Emily burst into the kitchen where Jordan and I were nursing coffee, laughing over burnt toast. "What the hell happened last night? You two look like you pulled an all-nighter." Her eyes narrowed playfully, but there was a flicker of curiosity that made my stomach twist. Jordan played it cool, winking at me, just bonding over bad decisions in video games. But as she left, her hand lingered on my arm a second too long, sending a shiver down my spine. Days turned into weeks, and Jordan became a fixture in my routine. She'd text me memes during my online classes, show up unannounced with takeout from our favorite Thai place in downtown Seattle. One rainy afternoon, as thunder rumbled outside, she confessed over steaming pad thai, "Alex, you're the first person who gets me without trying." Her words hung in the air, heavy with unspoken meaning. I felt it too, the pull, the electricity whenever our eyes met. But doubt crept in. Was this real, or just the thrill of something new? Our first real moment came during a power outage that plunged the city into darkness. Candles flickered in the living room, casting shadows on the walls as Emily snored upstairs. Jordan and I huddled under a blanket on the couch, sharing headphones to listen to an old playlist. Her head rested on my shoulder, and when she looked up, our lips were inches apart. "I've never felt this way about anyone," she whispered, her breath warm against my skin. The kiss that followed was tentative at first, then urgent, a release of pent-up emotions that had been building since that fateful gaming night. But secrets have a way of unraveling. Emily caught us one evening, walking in on a stolen embrace in the backyard. Her face crumpled, a mix of shock and betrayal. "Jordan? My sister? How long has this been going on?" The confrontation exploded into tears and accusations. Emily feeling sidelined, me defending our budding love, Jordan torn between loyalty and desire. That night, the house felt like a battlefield, echoes of raised voices lingering in the halls. In the aftermath, Jordan and I stole away to a quiet park overlooking Puget Sound, the water choppy under gray skies. "We can't let this tear us apart," I said, gripping her hand. She nodded, but her eyes were haunted. "My family, they wouldn't understand. I left home because of stuff like this." Her story poured out, repressed feelings in high school, a crush on a girl that ended in heartbreak and isolation. I shared my own scars, the bullying in middle school that made me retreat into games. Together, we vowed to face it, but the tension simmered. As spring bloomed, our relationship deepened amid stolen weekends. We drove to the Olympic Peninsula, hiking through misty forests where ferns brushed our legs and the air smelled of pine. Under a canopy of ancient trees, Jordan pulled me close. "You're my adventure, Alex. More exciting than any game." Laughter mingled with passion, but back home, Emily's cold shoulder created rifts. Family dinners were awkward, silences thick with unspoken words. One night, after a heated argument with Emily, Jordan showed up at my door soaked from the rain. "I can't do this halfway," she sobbed. We talked until dawn, unraveling fears and dreams. It was then I realized love wasn't just romance. It was courage, facing the world's judgments together. But challenges loomed, whispers at college, judgmental glances from neighbors. Yet, in those moments, our bond grew stronger, a testament to resilience. The turning point came during Pride Month, when Seattle's streets burst with rainbows and cheers. Jordan hesitated about attending the parade, her past traumas resurfacing. "What if someone from my old life sees us?" she worried, pacing my room. I took her hands, my voice steady. "Then we show them love wins." We went together, hands intertwined amid the crowd's energy. For the first time, she wore a pride pin, her smile radiant as confetti fell around us. That day, surrounded by acceptance, our connection felt unbreakable. But drama struck when Jordan's ex, a woman from her college days named Riley, reappeared. Riley texted out of the blue, claiming she wanted closure, but stirring old flames. Jordan confided in me, but doubt gnawed at my insides. "Is there still something there?" I asked one evening, as we sat on the pier watching ferries cross the Sound. Her denial was firm, but Riley's persistent calls created cracks. Jealousy flared, leading to our first big fight. Words hurled like weapons, me accusing her of indecision, her storming out into the night. The silence that followed was deafening. Days without texts, Emily awkwardly mediating. I threw myself into gaming marathons, but the virtual worlds felt hollow without her commentary beside me. Finally, Jordan showed up at my door, eyes red-rimmed. "Riley was a mistake from a scared time. You're my now, my future." We reconciled under the stars, promises whispered in the quiet. It taught us vulnerability's power, how trust rebuilt could be stronger. Summer brought new adventures. We road tripped to California, wind whipping through the car as we sang off-key to playlists. In San Francisco, amid the vibrant Castro district, Jordan proposed a commitment, matching tattoos of intertwined controllers, symbolizing our origin. "From gaming buddies to this," she laughed as the needle buzzed. The pain was nothing compared to the joy, a permanent mark of our journey. Back home, Emily thawed. Over a family barbecue, she pulled us aside. "I was scared of losing you both, but seeing you happy, it's worth it." Her acceptance was a balm, mending familial wounds. We hosted game nights, laughter filling the house once more. Jordan moved in gradually, her belongings mingling with mine, turning my solitary space into our haven. Yet external pressures mounted. At my job in a local tech store, coworkers made snide remarks about the gamer girl and her girlfriend. Jordan faced similar at her graphic design firm. One particularly vicious online troll targeted us after a shared photo went viral on social media. Hate messages flooded in, shaking our resolve. "Why does the world care so much?" Jordan cried, deleting her account. We sought solace in community support groups, meeting other queer couples navigating similar storms. Stories of triumph inspired us. Elderly women who'd fought for rights in the 70s, young activists pushing for change. It infused our love with purpose, reminding us we weren't alone. Together, we volunteered at a local LGBTQ center, channeling pain into advocacy. As fall approached, a crisis hit when Jordan's mother visited unannounced. Mrs. Hayes, conservative and unaware, sensed the tension immediately. Over dinner, the truth spilled out in a heated exchange. "This isn't you, Jordan," she argued, tears streaming. Jordan stood firm. "It is me, Mom. And Alex makes me better." The night ended in sobs, but seeds of understanding were planted. In the weeks that followed, we nurtured that fragile bridge. Phone calls turned from accusations to questions, curiosity replacing judgment. Mrs. Hayes even sent a care package, a small gesture of olive branch. It highlighted love's transformative power, not just romantic, but familial. Our bond, forged in unexpected moments, became a beacon. Late nights gaming side by side, strategies blending with life plans. Who knew a door opening could change everything? I mused one evening. Jordan smiled, pulling me close. Fate's funny that way. With winter's chill settling over Seattle, our relationship faced its ultimate test. Jordan landed a dream job offer in New York City, a graphic design position at a top firm. Excitement warred with dread as she showed me the email. "It's everything I've wanted, but leaving you." Her voice trailed off, eyes glistening. The news hit like a gut punch, thousands of miles apart, our daily ritual shattered. We spent nights debating, pros and cons listed on napkins over coffee. "You have to go," I insisted, though my heart ached. "This is your shot." But inside, fear whispered of drift, of love fading with distance. Jordan echoed my turmoil. "What if we can't make it work? I've lost too much already." Our conversations grew tense, laced with unspoken goodbyes. In a bid for clarity, we escaped to a cabin in the Cascades, snow blanketing the world in silence. By the fireplace, flames dancing, we laid bare our souls. "Distance doesn't define us," Jordan said, tracing my palm. "We've overcome worse." That night, passion reignited, a fierce affirmation amid uncertainty. We made plans, video calls, visits, shared online games to bridge the gap. Saying goodbye at the airport was agony. Tears blurred the terminal as I hugged her tight. "Come back to me," I whispered. Her flight took off, leaving me hollow. The house felt empty without her laughter, Emily's sympathetic pats doing little to fill the void. I dove into work and volunteering, channeling loneliness into purpose. Months blurred in a haze of time zones and pixelated faces. We adapted, virtual dates, watching sync movies, care packages with inside jokes. But cracks appeared, missed calls due to deadlines, arguments over trivial things amplified by separation. One stormy night, during a heated video call, Jordan snapped. "This is harder than I thought. Maybe we need space." The words hung like daggers, the call ending in silence. Devastated, I wandered Seattle's waterfront, rain mingling with tears. Memories flooded, her sitting beside me that first night, the spark that ignited everything. At the LGBTQ Center, a mentor shared wisdom. "Love tests us to grow." Inspired, I booked a flight to New York, determined to fight. Surprising her at her Brooklyn apartment, I found her buried in sketches, eyes weary. "Alex." Shock turned to joy as we embraced. We talked through the night, vulnerabilities exposed. "I was scared," she admitted. "But you're my anchor." Reconciliation brought renewal, plans to make long-distance work until I could relocate. Back in Seattle, I pursued my own dreams, enrolling in a game design program. Jordan's success fueled my ambition. We celebrated milestones virtually, our bond resilient. Emily hosted a virtual family call, her support unwavering. Even Mrs. Hayes joined, her acceptance growing. As spring returned, Jordan visited for Easter. Under blooming cherry trees in Washington Park, she knelt. "Marry me, Alex. Let's build our life together." The ring, simple and meaningful, symbolized our journey. Tears of joy flowed as I said yes, the city awakening around us. Planning the wedding infused our days with excitement. We chose an intimate ceremony on a Puget Sound beach, waves whispering approval. Friends from the center attended, sharing stories of inspiration. Emily stood as maid of honor, her toast heartfelt. "You two taught me love's boundless forms." The day arrived, sun glinting off the water. In white dresses flowing in the breeze, we exchanged vows. "From a gaming interruption to forever," Jordan said, voice trembling. Mine echoed. "You sat beside me, and my world expanded." Rings slipped on, sealing our commitment amid cheers. Honeymoon in Hawaii brought bliss, sunsets on beaches, adventures in volcanoes. Back home, we settled into married life, Jordan commuting until her contract ended. Our story became one of hope, shared at events to encourage others. Reflecting, that door opening was destiny's nudge. In a world quick to divide, our love bridged gaps, proving connection's power. Gaming sessions now included her, strategies for life intertwined. Years passed, our love evolving like seasons. We bought a cozy house in Seattle's Capitol Hill, a queer-friendly haven with a dedicated gaming room. Mornings started with coffee and kisses, evenings with shared dinners recounting days. Jordan's career soared, her designs gracing magazines. Mine flourished in indie game development, creating stories of diverse love. But life threw curves. When Emily announced her pregnancy, joy mixed with envy. We dreamed of family too. Discussions turned to adoption, navigating the complex process. Doubts surfaced. Are we ready? Jordan worried, echoing societal pressures on queer parents. I reassured her, we've faced harder. Together, we can. The journey was arduous. Paperwork mountains, home studies, emotional roller coasters. Rejection stung, but perseverance paid. Finally, approval came, followed by the call, a baby girl needing a home. We named her Lily, after the resilient flowers blooming against odds. Parenthood transformed us. Sleepless nights turned to giggles, tiny hands grasping ours. Jordan, once hesitant, became a natural, singing lullabies, designing nursery murals. I balanced work with playtime, introducing Lily to gentle games. Emily's son became her playmate, family bonds strengthening. Challenges arose, playground stares, questions about two moms. We addressed them with grace, educating gently. At a school event, a parent's rude comment sparked defensiveness, but Jordan's calm response diffused it. Love makes a family. It reinforced our values, teaching Lily acceptance early. As Lily grew, so did our advocacy. We spoke at panels, sharing our story from that gaming night to now. Love doesn't conform, I'd say. It expands hearts. Jordan added, it's about chosen family, resilience in face of adversity. One evening, as Lily napped, we revisited old photos. Remember when I walked in? Jordan teased. Laughter filled the room, gratitude swelling. Our path, twisted with trials, led to profound fulfillment. Community involvement deepened. We mentored young queer youth, offering the support we once craved. One teen, struggling with identity, reminded me of my younger self. You can find love unexpectedly, I advised, thinking of Jordan. Holidays became traditions, Thanksgiving feasts with extended family, including a reconciled Mrs. Hayes. Her evolution was touching, from disapproval to doting grandma, baking cookies with Lily. Personal growth continued. Jordan pursued therapy for past traumas, emerging stronger. I channeled experiences into games, one titled Unexpected Sparks, mirroring our meet-cute. It gained acclaim, sparking discussions on representation. Through it all, our romance endured. Date nights recaptured early magic, picnics in parks, gaming tournaments with wagers of kisses. You're still my favorite player too, Jordan whispered during one. As Lily started school, new phases unfolded. Helping with homework, attending recitals, mundane yet magical. Bedtime stories included our tale, sanitized for tiny ears. Once, Mommy was gaming, and Mama sat beside her. Reflecting on milestones, gratitude overflowed. From isolation to this vibrant life, love's ripple effect touched many. Kitsch tin of early days gave way to steady warmth, a testament to endurance. In quiet moments, I'd watch Jordan with Lily, heart full. Our story, born from a simple interruption, embodied hope's triumph. In America's diverse tapestry, we wove our thread, inspiring others to embrace their truths. Time flew, Lily turning 10 in a blink. Her curiosity about our past prompted deeper conversations. "How did you meet?" she'd ask, wide-eyed. We'd recount the gaming night, emphasizing love's unpredictability. It fostered openness, her accepting nature a source of pride. Professional peaks came. Jordan's firm promoted her to lead designer. My game studio expanded. Collaborating on a project blending art and interactivity, we merged passions. Launch night was electric, toasts to our synergy. But shadows loomed when health scares hit. Jordan's routine checkup revealed a lump, fear gripping us. Biopsies, waiting, agony revisited. Benign, thankfully, but it underscored fragility. We cherish every moment, we vowed, hugging tighter. Community crises tested us too. When anti-LGBTQ legislation surged, we rallied. Protests in Olympia, letters to lawmakers. Lily joined, holding signs. Love is love. Her innocence fueled our fight, reminding why we persisted. Family expanded when Emily's marriage faltered. Supporting her through divorce, we became her rock. You too set the bar, she admitted. It healed old wounds, solidarity unbreakable. Personal anniversaries marked growth. On our 10th wedding day, we renewed vows on the same beach, Lily scattering petals. Through storms and sun, you're my constant, Jordan said. Emotions swelled, reaffirming commitment. Adventures continued, family trips to national parks, introducing Lily to nature's wonders. In Yellowstone, geysers erupting mirrored our explosive start. Campfire stories wove our history, bonding generations. As teens approached for Lily, challenges shifted. Her first crush on a girl echoed our paths. Guiding her with empathy, we shared lessons learned. Be true to yourself, we advised, watching her blossom. Creative pursuits flourished. Jordan illustrated a children's book on diverse families. I developed educational games promoting inclusion. Collaborations amplified voices, impacting youth nationwide. Quiet evenings grounded us, gaming with Lily, laughter echoing. Player 3 has entered. She'd quip, controller in hand. These moments, simple yet profound, encapsulated joy. Reflecting on origins, that Door Creek was pivotal. From gaming solitude to familial fullness, our narrative inspired. In a divided world, we exemplified unity's strength, love's enduring light. Aging gracefully, we planned futures, retirement dreams of travel, leaving legacies. Mrs. Hayes, now close, shared regrets and pride. You taught me, she said. Through it all, romance persisted. Stolen glances, tender touches, sparks undimmed. Sitting beside you changed everything, Jordan murmured one night. Indeed, it did. Our story, rich with drama and depth, conveyed humanity's core. Connection heals, love prevails. In America's evolving landscape, we stood as proof. Decades later, with silver threading our hair, life slowed but enriched. Lily, now 25, pursued her own path in environmental science, her wedding to her partner a joyous affair. Thanks to you, I never doubted, she toasted, tears flowing. Grandchildren brought new delights, tiny feet pattering, stories retold. Tell about the gaming night, they'd beg. We'd oblige, voices warm with nostalgia. Professional legacies endured. My games educated generations. Jordan's designs influenced culture. Retiring, we volunteered more. Mentoring at centers expanded by our efforts. Health waned gradually. When Jordan faced arthritis, limiting her art, I adapted our home. Ergonomic setups, gentle routines. Still my player too, she'd joke, resilience shining. Community honors came, a Lifetime Achievement Award for advocacy. Accepting, we spoke of journeys. Love interrupts complacency, demands courage. Applause echoed our impact. Quiet days in our garden, overlooking the sound, fostered reflection. No regrets, Jordan said, hand in mine. Memories flooded, kisses in rain, fights resolved, triumphs shared. As sunsets painted skies, gratitude swelled. Our bond, tested and true, embodied perseverance's beauty. In final chapters, we faced mortality with grace. Jordan's illness came swiftly, but we filled days with love, revisiting spots, reliving moments. You've been my greatest adventure, she whispered. Her passing left a void, but legacy comforted. At her memorial, stories poured, lives touched, hearts opened. Lily's eulogy. They showed love's power. Alone but surrounded by family, I continued, gaming with grandkids, volunteering. Her spirit lingered in every laugh, every hug. Writing our memoir, I chronicled it all, from that door opening to enduring love. Published, it inspired anew, a beacon for seekers. In twilight years, peace settled. Love's journey, dramatic and profound, taught. Connections matter. Humanity thrives in empathy. Looking back, the narrative arc of our lives was a masterpiece of unexpected turns. What began as a casual intrusion blossomed into a saga of passion, struggle, and triumph. In the quiet of my study, surrounded by mementos, faded photos, the old controller, I penned the final reflections. Lily's family grew, her children embodying our values. Visits filled the house with energy, echoes of past joys. Grand, tell the story again. The little ones pleaded. I'd smile, voice steady. It started with a game. Community evolved, rights advanced, though battles persisted. I spoke at events, voice for elders. Never stop fighting for love. Personal solace came in routines, morning walks by the water, evenings with books Jordan loved. Her absence ached, but presence felt in every breeze. A reunion with old friends reaffirmed bonds. Emily, graying gracefully, reminisced. You too were magic. Laughter mingled with tears, healing. As health faded, I embraced it. Family gathered, sharing stories. You've inspired us all, Lily said. In last moments, visions danced. Jordan sitting beside me, smile radiant. Wait for me, I whispered. Our tale, from gaming to eternity, conveyed profound truth. Love transcends, human spirit endures. The end came peacefully, legacy intact. In America's mosaic, our thread shone bright, a reminder of connection's grace. But stories like ours don't truly end, they ripple onward. Lily carried the torch, her advocacy fiercer. Grandchildren grew, questioning, learning from our path. The memoir became a bestseller, adapted into a film, actors capturing our essence, audiences moved. Messages flooded. Your love changed my life. In spirit, Jordan and I watched united. Our message: embrace the unexpected, cherish connections, live authentically. Humanity's value lies in such narratives. Kitsch tin forging strength, romance nurturing souls, endings birthing beginnings. Forever our love echoed, from a simple sit beside to infinite impact.